Okay, now we're joined by head coach Phil Neville, who will get started with opening remarks.
Yeah, I think it's two sides to how I feel, and I feel really angry about one aspect of our play, and really thrilled with another aspect of our play, which obviously I sit here every week and I've spoke about. Finishing chances, taking chances, being ruthless, and we got that, and some of our play was so good. And then on the other hand, we defended like little boys. We defended naively. We didn't compete. We lacked discipline and concentration, and that's unacceptable. Unacceptable. Simple balls into the box we didn't deal with. Simple concentration bits we didn't deal with. And we're in the stage of the season where concentration is the main thing. Concentration will get you to win games of football, and it's not going to be easy. And you just got to defend and do the right things all the time. And defensively, we were as poor as we've been all season. Think back to probably the last time we conceded this amount of goals was probably Austin, and that was a real low point in the season. This is not a low point, but in terms of sort of like what I saw in both games, low point in terms of our defending from simple crosses and structures, and we prepared them all week to what they were going to be facing. And I feel as if that's a massive 2 points dropped on a night when results have gone for us again, on a night where it could have been a pivotal moment for us. And I've told the guys in there then is that they have a quality that you can't put into teams, and that's never know when you beat. About going right to the very last bit, 6 minutes of injury time, we went and we scored right on 5 minutes 58 and a half, and they never give in, they never quit. That's why we recruited these players, because we trust them and we believe in them, and they compete every single minute of every single day. That I know, and that's why I love them. But we're here to win football games, and you don't win football games against a team that I thought we dominated defending like that. So sometimes you've got to take criticism in life. I know some nowadays people don't like criticism. They see it as something that's unacceptable. But sometimes you've got to. I've praised them enough. I've believed in them enough. I've trusted them enough. Tonight we've got to take the criticism as a team, and some of the things I saw were brilliant, and other things were unacceptable. And we have to use that anger, that frustration, that feeling we have now to go on a road trip to win games of football.
We will start with questions now. First, Chris Whittingham, then Michelle Kaufman. Go ahead, Chris.
Thank you, Phil. I want to ask about from a positive side. I know you were hopping there on some of the mistakes, but Gonzalo gets a hat trick. Even after going 4-3 down, you still managed to have that resolve to get a goal with that last kick of the game. What were some of the bits from the attacking point of view that pleased you most?
The chances we created. I think Gonzalo thinks, and I hope that Gonzalo plays Cincinnati every week. He seems to have a real brilliant run against them, and he was out. His finishing was outstanding. His first goal was out of this world, and the never say die attitude is a big quality in this team. It's what will make us successful. Some of the play, encouraged to play from the back in the first 30 to 40 minutes, I thought was outstanding. Playing into midfield, finding Pozuelo finding Taylor on that left hand side. The goal that got disallowed, I'm not sure it was onside or not, but it was a brilliant goal, and that would have won us the game. Was it onside? Was it offside? Nobody knows. And that seemed to knock the stuffing out of us, that goal being taken off us, and it gave them a little bit of hope. And I thought their front three players were players in the game that we had to nullify, and we didn't. And I do feel positive. I do feel a lot of positives, but my overriding and the standards that we've set as a team is that you've still got to take the fact that defending wise, it was unacceptable to lose to that, or to draw to that Cincinnati team.
Next question, Michelle.
Considering that, what you're talking about, the defensive being unacceptable, did you consider making more changes on the defensive side? And can you just sort of go through the changes that you made in the second half? Do you think maybe some of the offensive players should have stayed on? Maybe should have changed some defensive players looking back on it? What do you think?
Well, we toyed with going with our three at the back system, just to to tighten it up. But really looking at the goals, there was nothing to do with the systems. It was to do with concentration. It was to do with people. Think about the last goal from Vasquez, cross from the left-hand side, one player in the box against three. But we're allowing a cross from the left-hand side, and we're allowing one man to run through the middle of us and score a goal that we don't get those chances. So in terms of we put on Campagna, Coco, Ariel, Bryce Duke, because I felt as if we needed probably another 2 goals to win the game. And at 3-2, it was evenly poised. I was considering going to the 3, but there was 76 minutes plus the injury time, so that would have been 26 minutes left in the game, and I didn't want to shut up the shot so early. I wanted us to commit to scoring goals. That's what we have to do, and we'll look back at it, and we've just got to use this as motivation for us now.
Next question, Javier, then Franco.
Coach, Pozuelo and Wayne had very good games. When they were subbed off, was it because they were fatigued, or was that something planned before?
Pozuelo and
Higuain.
Yeah, I mean, I think Gonza played his first 90 minutes against New York City. He was really tired on Tuesday. He competed then on Wednesday and Thursday. I just felt at 63 minutes, we had Campana to go on, and that was a big substitution for us. It wasn't as if we were putting on someone that's not banging form, that's someone that's not playing well. Gonzalo, I felt, was just beginning just to tire, and they were getting control in that middle area. So, and then Pozuelo, you're thinking about the 3 games this week, but you're also thinking about how good Bryce Duke's been. So, that you're looking at the changes that we made. We weren't weakening the team at all. We were strengthening the team. We were putting on 2 wingers. Ariel's been probably one of our best wingers, and Coco, who's played at the very top level. So I felt as if we were strengthening the in terms of our depth. If you don't defend well, you don't win games of football. It's as simple as that. I think me and Pat at the end, we just had a little laugh to say, I'd like to have played in that game myself, just to defend the crosses into the box, and stuff like that. But anyway,
Last 2 questions, Franco, and then Ian.
Phil, not to harp on that, but obviously you've been asking goals from this team. You guys needed goals. You get 4 today, but you give up 4 at the other end. Is that the most frustrating part of the night, that you finally get the goals you've been looking for?
Yeah. That's why, and I just said to the attackers in there, is that every week I've demanded more from them. Every week I've wanted goals. Every week I keep reading stats about the goals that we scored, or the lack of goals, or the lack of ruthlessness. The last game against Charlotte, we scored 3. This game, we've scored 4. That's 7 goals in 2 games at home. That should get you 6 points, and it's only got us 4. And part of our strength at home has been our collective discipline, our collective defensive shape, and maybe something has to give with the fact that we were throwing men forward. But we're in the winning business. We've got 12 cup finals to go. We can't hang around, and we've got to go for it. But I still think, and I've got to watch the game back, I've got to watch the goals back, but there were individual mistakes, individual errors, individual lacks of concentration. It wasn't a structural thing. And that's what's made me angry, is that for a split second we switched off and we got punished.
Last question, Ian.
Thanks, Bill. You pressed a lot higher today. You got a lot of those midfield turnovers that you'd been talking about in recent weeks. Was that tactically something that you saw against Cincinnati? Is that something you want to see more of moving forward? And did that maybe leave you a little exposed to, I think, like the second goal with the long ball over the top, that high pressing is that give and take?
Yeah, I think if you look at the second goal, I think we were still 4v3 at the back, or 3v2 at the back, and we practice that every day in training, overloads, 3v3, 2v2, you should be able to handle that. We've got defenders with speed. We did want to press a little bit higher with our 7s and 11s. We feel as if with Gonzalo and Pozuelo, is that probably the pressing has got to come more from the sides than from them two, where they protect more central because of the energy of the wide players that we have. And I thought it really worked. We stopped them getting any control in the game. I don't know what the possession count was in the game in the first half, but it seemed like we had the ball all the time, and it was just on transition moments where and it's the rule number one, when we have the ball, that's when you've got to defend. As a defender, where's your nearest man? Where can I talk? Where can I communicate? Where can I pick up the space to make sure that we don't get counter-attacked on? And that for me was the biggest disappointment, is that we'd coached it, we'd spent time doing it, and I think we just, because they were enjoying the game so much, because we were on the front foot, because we were having so much joy, I think the whole team got carried away with the lack of discipline, and that sometimes I can take. But then when you get to the second half and you want to really see out the game and you want to really think that these 3 points are big, concentration ended up costing us 2 points, and that's. As I'm talking now, I'm getting a little bit more calmer, but still, I still think it's unacceptable. I still think there needs to be a level of quality that's needed. And in our defensive play tonight, and I've praised them a lot, and I've always said that we're a good defensive team, is that tonight we wasn't at our level. And for Wednesday and Saturday, we're going to have to be at our level.
Thank you, coach.
Thanks, guys.